Welcome back. Bank of America is hoping to make one summer activity more affordable once again this year. They're bringing back Golf with Us, offering free golf memberships to our youth here in West Michigan. Paul Keeper, the West Michigan president of Bank of America, live with us in studio this morning. Thanks so much for waking up early with us, Paul.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is such a fun conversation. We're talking about a big group here, too. Kids ages 6 all the way to 18 can participate in this.
Yeah, so we are thrilled to bring this program back. This is our second year doing it. So any kid age 6 to 18 is able to access the program completely free, and it entitles them to rounds at a golf course for as $5 or less.
Oh, nice. Even lower than $5 in some cases.
Yes, so the courses can set their own course minimum for it. But $5 is the absolute max.
Wow, so definitely making this sport a lot more affordable. We're talking a free 1-year membership, and like you said, only as much as $5 for those tee times. This is a lot less than families would typically have to pay in order to get their kids involved, especially if you're talking about having multiple kids in the family, right?
Absolutely. So, golf is a sport that does have a pretty high barrier to entry, right? There's a lot of costs that go along with it. We wanted to help make it as accessible as possible, especially for kids who have never played before.
Yeah.
If you've never picked up a golf club, if you're interested in doing it, but you don't want to shell out a bunch of money to go out and get started, this is a great way to dip your toe in. The other cool thing about it is, in addition to the on-course benefit, you also have the ability, if the weather turns again, you have the ability to do $5 simulator rentals from Golf Galaxy.
Wow.
And you're also entitled to one free lesson from a PGA Pro also through Golf Galaxy.
That is some really cool stuff, and I love this video here showing some of our youngsters performing on the golf course, almost like the professionals, so kind of showing just how kids can have some fun here. I gotta ask, Paul, why golf?
So when we think about our broader sports partnerships, right, we're very tied in with the PGA. We're very tied in with distance running. We just had the Bank of America Boston Marathon earlier this week. Shout out to my sister who did complete the Boston Marathon. And we also have a big partnership with FIFA. So anytime we have one of these big global sports partnerships, we want to say, how do we make it local, right? How do we deliver that value back into the community? Golf is obviously very closely tied to the business community, right? It's considered a networking activity for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's also something you can do throughout your whole life, right? You don't have to be an elite athlete to do it. You can do it whether you're, I have 8-year-olds and a 10-year-old. They can do it at their age. They can do it when they're in their 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah.
It kind of transcends different generations and different skill levels.
Yeah, what a great way to think of it is that all these different age groups can participate, and it's skills that they can take with them for a lifetime, and something you can do together as a family as well. So I love that you point those things out. And yes, can't forget about the business networking aspect of it. A lot of people say a lot of deals are made on the golf course, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the few times that you have, 3 to 4 hours of someone's undivided attention. You're out, you're in a casual environment, you get to know people, and you get to build those relationships.
Yeah, and many times we've talked about how that is just not an option for some of our youth. So I love that you all are giving them an opportunity to get in on this. So how can kids take advantage and be a part of Golf with Us?
Yeah, so between now and June 15th, they just have to go to bofa.com/golfwithus. The sign-up is completely free. It's really easy to do. And then they'll get a digital membership card. They can then present that card at any of the participating courses. There's about 2,000 across the country right now, including 3 right here in West Michigan. So Kaufman on 44th Street.
Nice.
Arrowhead out in Lowell, and then Cedar Chase up in Cedar Springs are all participating on the west side of the state here.
Really cool, and I love that we have these golf courses that want to be part of this campaign, want to be part of these efforts. How do you all find the golf courses and get them involved in this program?
Yeah, so we partner with a great nonprofit called Youth on Course. So even though this is only our second year doing this, Youth on Course, this is their 20th year.
Wow.
So 2006, they started doing this. They've got 2,000 courses across the US, Canada, and Australia. Our goal with them is how can we expand that out? Let's try to get to 4,000 courses. And so if you go to Youth on Course's website, there's actually a place for folks, for golf course owners, to partner with Youth on Course, right? So they can give back to their community, have that impact, but also get the kids in their local community excited about golf, right? That creates loyalty, that creates future clients for the course.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this is your second year. You've seen that kids in the community do get excited about this. You all had a lot of participation last year.
Yes, so we had about 100,000 across the country, 3,300 right here in the state of Michigan. And one of the cool things too is there was 3,300 golfers, and they did about 5,400 rounds of golf. So that means on average, each golfer was using it about twice.
Nice.
And so it's great to see it where it's not just, hey, we signed up but didn't get a chance to do it, or it was one and done.
They actually got out there.
Yeah, they actually got out.
Yeah, that is great to hear. I want you to also touch on some of the things you talked about early in terms of some of the other skills that you can get from playing this sport.
Yeah, it's really great sport for teaching focus, for teaching discipline, and for teaching perseverance. Not everything happens how you want it on a golf course. I am living proof of that. I've hit most of my shots are bad shots, but staying out there, persevering, finding a way to get out of the sand trap or out of the woods. You can't get out of a water trap, unfortunately. It teaches you to keep trying and keep going, right? And there's always that one or two shots every round that keeps you coming back. You just got to persevere through the bad ones.
Yeah, such a great message there. Well, we're just about out of time, Paul, but I would love for you to just kind of give your final pitch. You play the sport yourself, so maybe the people who have never played before, like myself, why is it that this is something you would encourage people to get involved with?
Yeah, so I always encourage people to get involved really, really early with the sport. I didn't come into it till my late 20s.
Okay.
And I think about all the times I missed out on the course with my friends in my younger years. So this is a great opportunity to get in with very limited investment on the front end and just take a shot at a really fun sport that'll stay with you for your whole life.
Well, I think this is such a great opportunity for our youngsters. So be sure to sign up, whether you're interested or even if you aren't, just give it a try and see if it might gain your interest. Paul, I appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me, Emily.
We're back right after this.